Since the creation of the internet, every industry has been turned upside down. Amazon changed retail. Uber changed transportation. YouTube changed video forever. With the invention of crypto, money is next. At the speed technology is growing, the future of money and securities are digital. 9 out of 10 millennials do not trust banks. The value of money relies on trust. Government debt is higher than it's ever been before. Central banks continue to print money. Fortunately, the world has a new solution. Experts predict in 7 years, 10% of the world's economy will be in crypto-based assets. Today, 1 billion people have access to the financial industry. Crypto is about empowering the other 6 billion people by banking the unbanked. Do not underestimate this. Do you wish you invested in Google, Amazon, or Netflix before anyone ever knew about them? $1,000 invested in Netflix turned to over $500,000. At Token Metrics, we help you find the next Netflix. Token Metrics users think differently about investing. They are early adopters looking for financial freedom. They are people who see a better world. A world without international borders. We believe in a world where everyone has access to the next financial revolution. At Token Metrics, we are creating a bridge that gets you to that revolution. We will help you make sound investments in this new world. The world's best investors do not rely on their intuition. They embrace technology and AI to invest. Token Metrics uses AI to find invisible patterns in data to help you invest and trade in crypto. In the past, we have used our data-driven system to achieve financial freedom. Now, we are giving you the keys. We created Token Metrics to be the only platform you'll ever need to make money in crypto. We give you AI and access to crypto experts at the best price. The moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond.
Disclaimer. Token Metrics Media LLC does not provide individually tailored investment advice and does not take a subscriber's or anyone's personal circumstance into consideration when discussing investments, nor is it registered as an investment advisor or broker-dealer in any jurisdiction. Information contained herein is not an offer or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any security. The Token Metrics team has advised and invested in many blockchain companies. A complete list of their advisory roles and current holdings can be viewed here at tokenmetrics.com/disclosures.
Hi, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the Token Metrics Sunday live stream. I'm your host, Bill Noble, filling in for Ian Bellina, who is traveling. Tonight, we're going to do our usual. We're going to help you navigate the crypto landscape and give you the tools and analysis to make your dreams a reality. Joining me is crypto analyst Forrest Przybysz. Forrest, welcome to the show.
Hey, Bill. Thanks for having me on.
All right. So to get right to it, this is your market update, the next wave. Token Metrics TV viewers have been listening to me pound the table all week long. Ethereum will lead the next move, and we're going to give you the altcoins that we've been talking about all week to help you make money in crypto. Let's begin with Bitcoin and how that landscape is shifting. Okay. Now that big players are done moving around with the GBTC equity market product, Bitcoin is now free to get out of its range and start moving. The green wavy line is the 21-day moving average. Now, why is that important? Well, the 21-day moving average is used as like a sign of market momentum. So if you're above it, things are okay. And if you're below it, they're not. And you definitely don't want any of those ugly false breakouts we saw lately where the market will come above it and then come back down. This time, I think the slow moving nature of the move through the 21-day moving average is a healthy sign. It shows people are bullish, yet they're a bit hesitant. This is good because as it builds momentum to the upside, Bitcoin can rip, because as people get hesitant and then they get unhesitant, or they really start FOMOing in, it gives Bitcoin a lot of reason to move higher. Now, how high is the question? Recently, Bitcoin broke down out of a diagonal formation and faked everyone out. There's a lot of pressure on analysts like me to say a bear market was beginning. Thank goodness I said no. I said more than no. I said no and wasn't doing it. Not doing it. Now, Bitcoin has turned around and taken out 34K, and the analysis using the range points to a minimum target of 37K with the outside chance of a GAN target of 41K. Now, it's a slow-moving start. However, don't underestimate Bitcoin's ability to accelerate right to 41K once it gets going. Now, one of the reasons for that is my view on Ethereum. I think Ethereum is going to lead the next move. So let's talk about Ethereum from a tactical point of view. What does that mean? Let's start off by looking at intraday charts so we can find some levels so you can navigate it little bit by bit, right? So 2150 right now is resistance in Ethereum, and I like how Ethereum is just sitting there, kind of just like pinned just below the resistance. All right, it's not coming off hard. All right, it's got a good shot at going through 2150. I think if it does, it goes right to 2350 and then to 2600. So that's a nice way of saying if Ethereum starts rallying, it can start rallying in these $200 and $300 chunks. Okay, moving to Ethereum weekly. Posted this on Twitter early in the week, and they actually gave me a hard time for it, telling me it wasn't good technical analysis. Really? So let's clarify, shall we? Okay, Ethereum, when it moved to 4,000, it did a big uptrend, like a 3-wave in Elliott wave terms. And then, brutally, ETH shook everyone out all the way from 4,500 down to the 1,700s. ETH has been down to the 1,700s a couple of times. It had started the rally around this 1,700, 1,800 area back in March. What you'll notice for this week is that ETH is making a really nice green reversal candlestick. Now, when you do this, when you have these big rallies and then these big washouts, the 4-wave, the rally that ensues, Elliott guys call it the 5-wave, and it provides a huge amount of gratification, and that the market just seems to go up, and dips really are pauses, kind of like the one we're having right now. So ETH can go a lot higher, a lot faster than anyone thinks. And just because it's slow moving at the time you're watching this, doesn't mean it can't accelerate at any moment and go farther than you think. So I've been telling listeners and readers all week, get busy. Get busy picking your coins and get busy allocating money to crypto responsibly. Now, let's talk about Ethereum in the stock market in case we have new people out there who have not yet gotten into crypto but have stock accounts. So not investment advice, but this is ETHE, the Grayscale Trust for Ethereum that you can trade in the stock market. Now, recently, we've seen a brutal repeat of what happened in March. So ETH came to a big GAN period right around the solstice in June. Okay, it did a very harsh dip, a lot harsher than the dip after the spring solstice. But remember, back in March, it dipped and then it absolutely took off. ETHE went from 16 to 40. This time, the dip was even more brutal, which leads me to believe that with people washed out and with the possibility of, get this, if you want to have a laugh, with Ethereum, they could have shorted Ethereum against the GBTC that they just bought from Grayscale. Can you imagine this? You imagine Ethereum starts rallying and puts pressure on shorts. So this presents a big opportunity in things like Ethereum and ETHE to catch a potentially big move, right? Because they wash people out harder. So please take a look at Ethereum, not investment advice. Now, onto this theme of Ethereum and how it can outperform Bitcoin. I'm tracking an intraday chart here of Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Now, Ethereum has done well on the bounce up and has since sort of corrected as Bitcoin has improved. I think this is the prelude for a very, very sharp move up, a three-wave in Ethereum versus Bitcoin. What does that mean? Well, that means on the next rally or on the next big rally, I expect big outperformance from Ethereum. Meaning if Bitcoin goes up 10%, ETH could go up 30. For anybody keeping track of the numbers, that could mean ETH going from 0.06 to 0.08 versus Bitcoin. Now, let's go to altcoins because that is what you're here for. And stay tuned. I'm going to do the Axis Infinity chart at the end. Okay, but let's start with something that my colleague Forrest brought to our attention a while ago. Okay, and ironically, audio, or the symbol for Audius, which is NFTs and music online. Okay, it's you and the artist without Silicon Valley in the middle. Audio took out the previous fourth wave at $1.36, setting up a new uptrend. As you can see in the far right, Audius has been green just about every day, moving in 10% clips. Small reminder, this coin was given up for dead down at 60 cents, and it's now at $1.20. That's a 1x. The previous high is 5. And frankly, with the way the NFT tokens are trading, how high can audio go? I'll leave it up to you. Aave, switching to DeFi. Frequently, when we talk about altcoins on Token Metrics TV, we'll talk about how a coin can start and then stop, and then start and then stop, and how that can be a prelude to a much bigger move. Aave is showing signs of the start-stop pattern. And I think the next big rally in Aave is going to ignite the next big rally in DeFi. I think it's going to be Aave and Compound that are going to lead the way. Here, we're showing Aave doing this whole stop-start thing around 281. Keep in mind, this coin was at 600 at the top. So if ETH can rally and take out its top at 4,500, can you imagine where Coinbase alts like Aave can go? Okay, Terra Luna, given up for dead, probably the biggest frustration trade this year, if not in the last 4 years, where this coin goes from 5 to 25, dumps all the way down to 4, builds a base like it's given up for dead. But as live stream listeners and viewers will know, there's a famous phrase that we have here at Token Metrics. The bigger the base, the higher in the space. Terra Luna has been basing for quite some time, going back to May, and has started to go green. If it takes out 8.5, it can take out 13.5. And I think this is set up for a much broader move. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a favorite of Novogratz from Galaxy Digital. Now, coming back to DeFi, something we've been pounding the table on for both our customers and our live stream viewers. Head and shoulders bottom may be forming in Sushi. Sushi, given up for dead around 6, has returned to 8. Bears have tried to push this down so many times, it's frankly nauseating. I think if Sushi takes out 8.5, the head and shoulders bottom formation can trigger a move to 11. So if you're saying to yourself, well, I missed the bottom at 6 and I shouldn't get involved, think again. Not investment advice, but the move in alts and the ETH universe may just be getting started. Hence this idea from Token Metrics TV, where we've been pounding all week. Get involved. Not investment advice. Perp. I own Perp. Perp is showing up in some of our AI models. Definitely something you want to be tuned in for on our website. Perp is doing the classic stop start 1s and 2s. I think if Perp can take out 9.5, a move to a fib retracement level, or a fib extension level rather, at 14 is possible. Perp is involved in derivatives trading. And the thing I like about this narrative is that everybody gave up on crypto. Why has everybody given up on crypto? When the dawn of the ETH move and DeFi is about to come raging back in August and September, right? So everything looks like it's, I missed it. I'll just not pay attention. No, this is the time to pay attention to the sushis, audios, and perps. I could go on. Speaking of paying attention, the ultimate pain trade in crypto, I have this too, Alpha. If Alpha can take out 60 cents, I believe I'm looking at a teacup and handle formation that could result in Alpha's return to $1 or higher. Now, Alpha, like it or hate it, is a sign that DeFi is going to follow NFTs higher. And ironically, even though it has nothing to do with Alpha, this whole idea that NFTs could wind up collateral in the DeFi universe is something that I'm taking more seriously than I would have a year ago. Again, that's not Alpha specific, but if Alpha can make a comeback, DeFi can make a comeback, and NFTs can go along with it. Synthetics, pounding the table on the live stream on this as well. Okay, they hit it down to 5, it came to 12, and now it has reached 8. Okay, 8 was where the rally started from back in January. Okay, and I would anticipate that it can hold 8 as support and then eventually turn around and go to 21. Stellar, yes, don't laugh, Stellar on Coinbase. It's at 25, and if I do the Gann version of what Forrest does, Stellar may be able to hit 54 cents. Stellar's done a nice green pop lately, and I see this as a shot at moving higher. Now, as promised, the chart of Axis Infinity. Okay, AXS is following fib extension work. It hit 29, came back to retest the level at 1381, and then shot up to the top extension line at 48. Now, if AXS takes out 48, it's almost like I don't know what to tell you. It means it's game on for the alt space. So in sum, now is the time to get involved, whether it's Ethereum or your favorite DeFi or NFT coins. So this is Bill Noble, and that was the market update. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Forrest.
Hey guys, so with Ian boots on the ground right now at the Ethereum conference, literally finding 100x projects as we speak. He is out today, so we're not going to be doing a Menti code or an AMA, but I will be doing my segment just in a moment before we do actually sign off without an AMA or anything like that. But with the Ethereum birthday coming up, we are running a special for non-customers. So if you're not a customer, right, you can go to the Token Metrics website, tokenmetrics.com, and you can scroll down to subscribe to TM Weekly. This is our free newsletter, right, our mailing list, and just put in your name and your email. And we're doing an Ethereum birthday package where you're going to get an Ethereum tech or code review, an Ethereum investment report, so like a fundamental analysis, Ethereum TA report from Bill, as well as an Ethereum TMTV video, right? So it's going to be a really good example of the value that we provide with other cryptocurrencies in honor of Ethereum's birthday. So head over to tokenmetrics.com and sign up for the free newsletter if you're not a customer. If you are a customer, you should be getting that email regardless, as well as our other newsletters throughout the week. Now, my segment is contains a little bit of math, right? But it's very easy math, and I know we can get through it. We get the question all the time, and I know I get the question all the time of what allocation of stable coins should I have in my portfolio? How much should I have in stable coins right now? And I'm going to walk you through an example of why I think actually striving to keep a constant allocation of stable coins is better than a variable allocation of stable coins, right? Why? What I mean by this, what I mean by a constant rate of stable coins or a constant allocation of stable coins is trying to rebalance towards, let's say, for example, 10% in stable coins at all times. And by at all times, I don't mean like every single day reallocating. That wouldn't be very feasible, and you get eaten up with fees. But after big moves, after the crypto market makes a big move, and we're just looking at the Bitcoin chart here as a backdrop, reallocating to 10% stablecoins. Now, I'm just throwing out 10% out there, and that's not financial advice. 10% is just what I use because I'm actually pretty bullish on crypto long term for many reasons, including if we cut over to the total cryptocurrency market cap chart. We're seeing exponential growth over time. So I want a lot of exposure. Now, if you have a lower risk profile, maybe you're older, you just aren't as bullish as I am on crypto, maybe a 20% allocation works. And 10%, 20%, that might seem like a small allocation, but I'm going to show you why it's actually a pretty large allocation, right? And before I jump into it, I'm also just going to pull up here our token metrics indexes or indices. And you're going to often see, like if I go to the yearly, right, the yearly investor large cap portfolio, our AI is allocating roughly 14% to Tether. So like roughly 14% to stable coins is what our AI is telling us to do. So somewhere in that, maybe if you're very aggressive, 5% to 20, 25% on the low end is probably a good allocation to strive for. But I'm going to give examples as to why I think a constant allocation beats constantly trying to change your allocation, right? Up here being in like 50% and then trying to be at like 5% down here. It just overcomplicates things. And by actually keeping a constant allocation of, let's say, 10%, it forces you to buy the dips and it forces you to take profits. The two hardest things. It takes the emotion out of it, right? So let's get into it. Let's say up here, right? For example, before the dip, you kept a 10% allocation to stablecoins, right? Let's say you had $100,000, 90,000 of that was in crypto, right? And I know we're looking at the Bitcoin chart, but we're just using this as a backdrop for the direction of the market. And then the other 10% or the other $10,000 of your $100,000 was in stablecoins. Well, then we got a 55% drop. And it just so happens that this works out pretty decently with the math, but that drops your portfolio a little bit, or roughly in half, right? You went from $100,000 to $50,000. You would have dropped more if everything was in crypto, but because you were in stable coins, your actual total portfolio, despite a 55% drop in crypto, only dropped by 50%. Now, what's our allocation in stable coins? We haven't touched anything yet. We haven't made any trades. We've got $50,000 total, 40K in crypto, 10K in stablecoins. That's a 20% allocation to stablecoins, and we haven't even touched anything. So because our target, right, because our target's 10%, after this huge move, we have to rebalance. Well, how are we going to rebalance this to get to our target of 10%? Well, we're going to have to buy the dip, right? We're taking some of our stablecoins, some of our 10,000 in stable coins, and we're selling those stable coins to buy crypto, right? So now we have 45K in crypto. We're back to our 90-10 ratio. And of course, right, these, the individual cryptocurrencies in your portfolio are going to differ, right? But just saying in totality, 90% crypto, 10% stablecoins. And the beautiful thing is our AI does this most of the time. This is something I've noticed. Like right now, it's giving a 14% allocation in Tether, right? So now this keeping a constant stablecoin allocation has forced us to buy this dip. Now, the question you may have is, well, what if we dip lower? What if we see a flash crash? Well, if we see a flash crash, right? If we dip lower, we're going to see our crypto go lower, but our stable coins at 5K are going to stay the same. They're going to stay the same, right? So our allocation, this 10%, is going to get off balanced again. It's going to go up to 15 or 20%. So then we can take, 2,500 or whatever we have left over to get back down to this 10% ratio. So we're always rebalancing to get to a 10% ratio, and it's forcing us to buy the dip with part of our stablecoin allocation. Now, I don't recommend it for everybody, but if you understand leverage, you can actually lever up, right, to 2x or 3x, right? If you use 2x or 3x leverage, this 10% allocation is actually giving you a 20% or a 30% buying power in terms of stablecoin allocation. Now, I know this is a complicated concept, and a lot of people don't understand leverage trading. I don't recommend you do it. This is not financial advice unless you understand it. But that is the power of 10% in stablecoins, because we can always lever up to 20 or 30% if we dip, and all of a sudden now we have a huge chunk of our portfolio in liquid stablecoins, or levered up to buy the dip with. Now, let's just say the market recovers. We see a 5x, right? We're expecting over the long term, of course we could dip lower, but we're expecting over the long term that we're going to maintain this extremely fast growth, right? The total cryptocurrency market cap right now is $1.4 trillion. That's laughable compared to where we're very likely headed, in my opinion, right? So let's just say your portfolio 5x's, you value invest, you're a Token Metrics customer, you get these code review scores, and your portfolio does a 5x. Well, because you bought the dip, you actually made more money in terms of crypto. So instead of, had you not changed anything and rebalanced, you would have gone from 50K, right, to, done the math here, they're wrong. This should be a 4x. Let's just use 4x. Right? So a 4x would take you to 200K, but because you rebalanced, you actually now have 230K, but your stable coin allocation is off again. Now it's dropped below 10%. So what's that forcing us to do? To get back to a 10% allocation instead of this 2%, it's forcing us to take profits, something that people have a huge issue doing. It's one of them. It's honestly more difficult than buying the dip. Buying the dip can be easy if you believe in crypto long term. But when everything's going up, right? When everything's going well, actually rebalancing and taking profits and moving into a 10% stablecoin allocation is difficult to do. But if we just keep this target of 10% stablecoins, right? And we move over, it forces us to take profits back into, right? We have a total of 230K. So 23,000 in stable coins, 207 in crypto. And we have an extra $30,000. We have an extra 30K after this 5X move because our allocation, our constant allocation to stable coins forced us to buy the dip, right? We have an extra 30K than if we'd have just seen a 4X on our 50K, right? All right. So I hope this made sense. That's why I believe a 10% or so stablecoin allocation is, or rather a constant stablecoin allocation is advantageous. It keeps things simple. It forces you to buy the dips. It forces you to take profits. Back over to Bill.
All right. Thanks, Forrest. Friends, Forrest is telling you, always have capital available to take advantage of opportunities in crypto. At Token Metrics, we're telling our customers and we're telling you now to stay with us. Most importantly, stay with crypto. If you gave up, that's understandable. Crypto is like that. It can discourage you. Don't be discouraged. Hit that like button, subscribe to notifications, and stay with Token Metrics. Subscribe to tokenmetrics.com if you can, right? If you listen to an analyst like Forrest, we have not only Forrest, but a whole group of other analysts. And we bring this Sunday live stream to you for one reason, because we want to help you make money in crypto. All right? So remember, the moon is not the limit. 65K and 4.5K in ETH is not the limit. To the moon and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bill Noble from Token Metrics signing off. We'll be back next week with Ian Bellina. We'll see you next time.
Life-changing money to a point where you can buy your mom and dad a brand new house, right? You can pay off your college loans. You can invest in your future, not have to work again, pursue your dreams, your passion, not have to have a job, work that 9-to-5 grind, right? Break the system, hack the system. This is what this show is all about.
They said relax but never retire. Feeling detached, never inspired. They told me relax but I can't retire. I'm feeling detached, never inspired. Like I would live on but never alive. You know the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. Now here's the mission, die or decide. The corporate life is so redundant when your freedom isn't free. It comes to being someone, just believe that you can be. And how can I have hunger when they tell me when to eat? How can I lead others when they tell me who to meet? Then they tell me when to come and then they tell me when to leave. They say how much to give and then forget how much I need. It's the precious to succeed with the lessons of the greed. I question who to be and saw this message is in me. I gotta know.
Life-changing money.
I wanna work for myself, I gotta work for myself, I gotta go.
You can invest in your future, not
Bring
have to work
spirits to the
again.
moon, put nerves on the shelf, I gotta know.
Pursue your dreams, your passion.
I wanna stay free or want the safety, I gotta go.
Break the system, hack the system.
Although they paid me,
this is what the
they
show's
never
all
made
about.
me. I wanna relax, forever retire. I wanna detach, I'm feeling inspired. They told me relax, but I can't retire. I gotta detach, gotta decide. They got me thinking I would live on, but never rely. You know the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. Now here's the mission, die or decide. You or die now. Hey, I will never be a wage slave. I gotta stay made. Hey, I used to see this in the 8th grade. Wasn't a day late. Hey, I found the love that I was seeking, life that I'm leading. Ay, now I can do this every weekend, cause I'm a free man. I was in Tokyo, riding the job wheel, the rodeo, dancing with the devil for payment. I couldn't do-si-do, but I was driven. The mission gave me an open road. Made a decision to whip him like it's a motor show. 6-figure slave, I was paid, wasn't well though. Heard of crypto underground, it became my railroad. Started making earnest money, it's for whom the bell tolls. Went from wishing for sales closed to sales. Now I can relax, forever retire. Now I'm detached, forever inspired. Now I can relax, forever retire. I had to detach, had to decide. And now I'm thinking I can live on and not just survive. You know this system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. I made a mission, die or decide. Do or die now. Crypto retirement, yeah, that's where my mind went. Started thinking higher, now they can't hire my time spent. No, not retire like 65 when your job ends. More like an island, and if I'm by it, I buy it. Free travel, dealership, sweet dabble. I reign like Leeds Castle, you reign like Seattle. We went from sheep cattle to eating beef and mackerel at feast. No lassos, just beliefs me in a saddle. You gotta know.
Like life-changing, like
you wanna work for yourself, you gotta work for yourself, you gotta go.
not have to work again.
Raise spirits to the moon, put nerves on the shelf, you gotta know.
Pursue your dreams, your passion.
You wanna stay free or want the safety, you gotta go.
This is what the show is all about.
Although they paid you, they never made you. No, we can relax, forever retire. Now we detach, forever inspired. Now we can relax, forever retire. We had to detach, had to decide. And now we know that we can live on and not just survive. We left the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They live in a lie. We made a mission, die or decide. Do or die now.
I'm here to put you guys on and share all the different resources and tips I come across in my journey to making $1 million and making $1 billion, right? I'm trying to share this with the world for free. I'm not here to sell you some $2,000 course, ebook, webinar, whatever, right? I'm here to put you guys on the game for free, open source, right? The same model as blockchain, Bitcoin, or these cryptocurrencies. I'm here to share everything with you guys.
TokenMetrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.